United States Tobacco Company, makers of Old Briar Pipe Tobacco, Model Pipe Tobacco, Encore Cigarettes, Sano Cigarettes, and Sano Cigars present Martin Kane, Private Eye, starring Lee Tracy.
And the state will prove, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that the defendant on trial here today is guilty of deliberate, cold-blooded murder. We will prove without a shadow of a doubt that he planned this crime for many months. We will further prove that the defendant is guilty. State your name, please.
Peter Allison,
Where are you employed?
Central Hotel.
What is your occupation?
I'm a waiter.
Now, Mr. Allison, will you tell us in your own words, please, just what happened on the afternoon of May 3rd?
Yes, sir. Well, it was about 3 o'clock when I was told by room service to take some coffee up to room 906.
What was the name of the guest who had that room?
Mr. Crandall.
The murdered man.
Objection. District Attorney's statement is out of order. It's up to the jury to decide if this is a case of murder.
Sustained.
I withdraw the question. What I meant to say, Mr. Allison, was that room 906 was registered in the name of the deceased.
Yes, sir.
Go on, please.
Well, when I got up there, I knocked on the door, and someone hollered out, "Come on in." So
Who was in the room when you entered?
Mr. Crandall and that there gentleman.
Mr. Nevans?
Yes, sir. Well, while I was serving coffee to Mr. Crandall, Mr. Nevans there was talking to him. I started to leave, and I heard him say
Just
that he
a
was...
moment. You heard who say?
Mr. Nevans. I heard him say that Mr. Crandall wasn't going to get away with it. He owed Mr. Nevans money, and Mr. Nevans was going to collect. Well, the second I closed the door, I knew there was a fight going on, so I figured it was none of my business. A couple of days later, when I read that Mr. Crandall was shot, I went directly to the police.
Your name, please.
Arthur Talbot.
Your occupation.
Bookkeeper.
Now, Mr. Talbot, on the morning of May 6th, where were you at the hour of 10 o'clock?
Well, I was in the service hallway of the building where I worked.
Oh, what were you doing there?
Well, there's a phone booth in the hallway. I was going to phone my wife. She wasn't feeling very well that day.
Well, tell us now, if you will, Mr. Talbot, exactly what you saw happen as you waited inside the phone booth.
Well, I saw Mr. Crandall come into the hallway.
Had you ever seen Mr. Crandall before?
Oh, yes. His office is on the floor just beneath mine in the same building. I recognized him at once.
Go on, Mr. Talbot.
Well, first, I thought he was coming toward the phone booth, but he stopped and looked around, so...
Did he appear nervous?
Objection.
Worried?
Objection. The witness is being asked an opinion, not a fact.
Sustained.
I withdraw the question. Please proceed, Mr. Talbot. What happened after Mr. Crandall came into the hallway?
Well, when he looked around, I saw a man step from behind the door, and he...
Yes?
I'm sorry, I don't feel very well.
Mr. Talbot, you're testifying under oath. You've no choice but to tell the truth. When this man stepped out from behind the door, what happened then?
Well, he had a gun in his hand, and he shot Mr. Crandall.
Is this man in the courtroom?
Yes.
Please, point him out to the jury.
Him. He shot Mr. Crandall.
Hey, mister, you had to open your mouth. You had to tell him. I'll fix you for this, so help me. Somehow I'm gonna get even.
Marty. Well, here he is. Nevans, you know Martin Kane.
Yeah, I know
We
him.
won't miss the train.
Yeah, Nevans, you've got time to answer one question for me.
You got what you wanted, Kane. Why don't you let me
There's
alone?
one thing more that I'd like to know.
Yeah?
You did kill Crandall, didn't you?
What difference does it make now?
You are guilty, aren't you?
Yeah, I killed him.
Well, why did you jump out with that great big speech in the courtroom, call Arthur Talbot a liar?
You figure it.
What was it, just a show for the jury?
Why not? I still had an outside for acquittal.
You were threatening to get Talbot, just a lot of words, huh?
No, not that part of it. I meant every word I said.
Well, you admitted that he told the truth.
Sure.
Look, I don't get it.
Why not? I got nothing against you, Kane. Crandall's family hired you to get the evidence against me. Okay, that was part of your job, I understand. But this little guy, Talbot, what was his percentage?
He didn't...
Why did he mix in?
I found him. He didn't want to talk. Then I convinced he had to tell the truth.
Yeah, that was the one mistake I made. A cheap little bookkeeper making $60 a week, sending me, Harry Nevans, to the chair. It's crazy, ain't it? A miserable little man, and look what he's done.
It could have been anybody who happened to see it.
Yeah, but it was him. He wanted to be the big hero. Well, let him get paid off. I'll fix him.
Where you're going, Nevans, there won't be much chance of you causing trouble again ever.
Yeah, but there's more than one way to get even with someone. You tell that to that little man. Tell it to Mr. Talbot. And see that you don't forget.
We've only got a few minutes, Lieutenant.
All right, Sergeant, I'm sorry, Marty. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
So long, Kane.
Please, dear.
Oh, I'm all right, Millie. Let me alone.
Dinner's almost ready.
I'm not hungry.
I have to have something. Oh, Arthur, how long is this going to go on?
I don't know, Millie. I'm scared. I'm scared sick.
Nothing's going to happen.
It isn't right. I didn't ask for this trouble. All these years we've lived like we were hidden away. Whoever heard of us? Whoever knew that we were alive?
Darling, it's all over now. Forget it.
I never hurt anyone. I never got in anybody's way, and I had to walk in that hallway. I had to see that killing.
You told the truth when they put you on the stand. You did what you had to.
You heard Nevans. You heard what he said. Somehow he was going to get back at me.
Empty words. A man like that was only strong when he had a gun.
He's still got friends, people who are dangerous.
Arthur, listen to me. Arthur.
Oh.
In a short time, Nevans will be dead. It'll all be over then. People forget. They forget quickly. No one will remember you anymore. Things will be just as they were. Hello?
Mr. Talbot, please. Who is this?
Just a friend of Mr. Nevans.
Who is it?
I'm sorry. You have the wrong number.
No, I don't think so. Suppose you give Mr. Talbot a message for me. Just tell him that Harry Nevans always keeps a promise, and this one isn't going to be any exception. Mrs. Talbot, I'm going to kill your husband, and I might even kill you, too.
What number did they want?
I don't know, Arthur. They hung up.
Hello, Barney. Yeah, this is Martin Kane. Look, I want you to do me a little favor. Oh, now, come on, Barney. You know I buy your paper every day, and I read your column as if I loved it. Right. That's a nice boy. Now, look, tell you what I want. Ask around, will you, about any girlfriends that used to belong to Harry Nevans. Yeah, that Mr. Nevans. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm sorry, Barney. I can't tell you what it's all about. This happens to be a trade secret. You will? You'll let me know as soon as you know. Fine. Okay, Barney. Thanks a lot. Uh-huh. Well, we'll find that girl. Soon enough, Mrs. Talbot. That's a promise.
I haven't told my husband, Mr. Kane.
I understand.
Mr. Kane, I'm putting it all up to you. You remember when you discovered my husband had been a witness at the murder?
Mrs. Talbot.
I helped you, Mr. Kane. I helped you make Arthur testify. Now you have to protect him.
You have my word.
If anything happens to him, Mr. Kane, I'm responsible, too.
Nothing will, I promise you.
He did the right thing. He told the truth. Now he has to be given a chance.
He will be given a chance, Mrs. Talbot. Now, look, just let me tell you something for 1 second, please. Whenever any witness refuses to testify because he's afraid, that helps to weaken our system of justice. The law isn't through with your husband just because he served his purpose. It's going to get that woman that's threatened his life. You heard me notify the police before I called that newspaper office.
Sorry, I don't want you to think I'm not grateful. It's just that my husband, without him, there'd be nothing for him.
Hey, Marty. Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
You know, Mr. Talbot, Sergeant.
How do you do, ma'am? Marty, I just got the news on the radio in a patrol car.
What news?
And Harry Nevans escaped.
Oh.
That's trouble. Look, I want you to go to the Central Hotel. The first witness in the case works there. Name's Allison. He's a waiter in room service.
Yeah, I remember.
And warn him all about this. With a murder rap against him, Harry Nevans wouldn't mind taking some other people along with him.
Right.
You tried to kill Arthur. I know it. I know it.
Operator, give me police headquarters, please. This is an emergency.
Hi there, Charlie. Hello, Happy. I hear you're the one fellow I can depend on to give me a straight answer to a straight question.
Well, I always try.
Well, about these Sano cigarettes, are they really as good as I've heard they are?
Good? They're one of the best tasting cigarettes money can buy, Charlie. Hey, why don't you try one?
Well, thanks. I know about the taste. I tried a Sano cigarette, and I liked it even better than my regular brand. But what I'm concerned about is this nicotine business.
Oh, you mean, do Sano cigarettes really contain less nicotine?
Exactly. I've noticed quite a few cigarettes lately claiming less nicotine in the smoke.
Well, Charlie, the fact is that Sano cigarettes have less nicotine in the smoke than any other cigarette claims.
Well, can you prove that?
I certainly can. Now, just think now how most other cigarettes cut down on nicotine with special devices or extra length. Now, that makes some sense up to a point. But the makers of these Sano cigarettes get right to the source. They take the nicotine out of the tobacco itself before the cigarette is made.
Then Sano cigarettes don't need extra length or special devices to cut down the nicotine in the smoke.
That's right. With less nicotine in their tobaccos, they naturally have far less nicotine in their smoke.
Far less?
That's right. By actual scientific measurement, Sano cigarettes have less than 1/10 of 1% nicotine in the smoke. Now, that's less nicotine than any other cigarette claims.
Well, that settles it. I'll take 2 packs.
All right, Charlie, 2 packs of Sanos. There you are. That's exactly
Thank you,
right.
Happy.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, hello, Hap.
Oh, hello, Lieutenant. Say, I heard a little while back on the radio that this guy, Harry Nevans, had escaped. How did it happen?
Well, he clipped a guard. Then he forced the driver of a delivery truck to smuggle him out.
Do you think he came back to the city?
Well, it sure looks that way. One of the witnesses at his trial was just murdered. Look, I'm trying to find Marty. You know where he is?
Nobody generally drops by here about this time.
Well, tell him I'm over at the Central Hotel, will you, and to get right over there?
Right.
You know, Hap, when I took Nevans to the pen, I thought it was all over. Looks to me like it's just beginning.
Yeah, well, I hope you get him quick.
Yeah, we better. So long.
Hey, good evening, Casey.
Hiya, Hap. Give me a pouch of that model pipe tobacco, will you, please?
Right you are. Model, this new, larger, improved pouch.
Hey, mighty good looking, too.
And, Casey, this new, larger, improved pouch gives you 50% more tobacco for just 15 cents.
That's for me, Hap. There you
Thanks,
are.
Casey. Thank you.
Good night.
Sergeant, get me all the hotel personnel who worked on this floor. Also, I want a complete inspection of all rear exits, and be sure to have a check made on all taxis working this place.
Yes, sir.
Has the medical examiner been notified?
15 minutes ago.
Okay.
Lieutenant? Allison?
Yep.
Wow. How could he miss? Must have been a foot away.
Yeah, I checked with room service. Allison was on his way to room 523. The order was phoned in from the lobby.
Yeah. Operator say it was a man or a woman's voice.
Man's. So there's only one answer, Marty. Harry Nevans. Now, the way I figured, he came down here to this basement corridor, knowing, of course, that Allison would pass by here with the order. And when he did, well, the poor guy walked right into the trap.
Yeah, smart guy, that Evans. Hey, you sent a guard over to Arthur Talbot's place?
Yeah, he ought to be there about...
Good.
Nevans won't get within a mile of Talbot. We're seeing to that. I've turned every cop in the city loose to find him.
They better get there quick, Lieutenant. The suspense alone is liable to kill Talbot.
While police of the entire city search for Harry Nevans, a warning is being issued to all private citizens to be on the alert as to the escaped killer's whereabouts. He is armed and will shoot. Nevans vowed vengeance for Arthur Talbot, a witness at his trial.
I must be crazy.
Arthur,
Sitting here waiting for them to come kill me the way they did the other
the
witness.
police are going to protect you.
Well, Nevans will find a way. He's smarter than the others. He escaped from, didn't he?
Darling, you're going to be all right.
Big city, millions of people. How can they find one man?
But they're all looking for him.
After what the fellow said on the radio, do you think they pay any attention? They're scared like me.
Mr. Kane promised. He said no one would touch you.
What does he care about me? I did what he wanted, now he's finished with me.
That's not true, darling. Please listen to
Well,
me.
where's the guard that was sending for me? Where is
Well,
he?
he'll be here. The lieutenant called me himself. He said... Oh, no, not again.
Hello? Him. It's him?
Then you're safe. The police will be here first.
I'm not staying here.
But you have to.
He'll come here, I know it.
Darling, get a hold of yourself. Private thing.
If I wait here, it's like putting up a sign. Okay, Nevins, come kill me.
Arthur, wait.
Let go of me.
Stay here.
I can't.
Arthur, no. Come back. Arthur, come back.
Lieutenant Gray, please. Lieutenant? Sergeant Donovan. Cashier in a subway booth over 96th Street says a man answering Nevins' description got changed there about half an hour ago. What? Talbot's missing. Yes, sir. I'll get right over to Marty's place. Maybe he can tell where that guy could have gone to. Yes, sir. If he's not there, I'll wait for him. Yeah, I've got a key.
Shot. Hey. You all right?
Yeah, it's just a scratch.
What happened?
I wish I knew. I was calling the lieutenant, and then bam.
Well, must have been somebody hiding behind there. I'm sorry, kid. You probably took the rap from me. Hey.
Did you find something?
Yeah. Whoever was here was waiting a long time, long enough to powder her nose.
Harry Nevins' girlfriend.
Uh-huh. Taking a pot shot at Mr. Kane. I don't get it.
Hey, wait a minute. It's me she took a shot at, remember?
Yeah, but she thought that you were me.
Okay, so you're the guy who went out and found Talbot and made him testify. So what's so strange about that?
Because of the fact that Nevans doesn't have any grudge against me. He said that he knew I was only doing a job.
Okay, you figure it out later. I've got to go out and find Talbot before Nevans does.
What are you talking about?
No, Talbot just left the apartment a few minutes before the guard got there.
Is he out of his mind?
You going with me?
No. Well, you go on ahead.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Sergeant. Look, you get over to the receiving hospital right away and have that shoulder looked at.
Right.
Hello, Barney. This is Martin Kane again. Now, look, I checked all those names that you gave me, and none of them are the girl that I want. Well, there must have been someone else that Harry Nevans ran around with. Yeah. You absolutely sure? Okay, Barney. Thanks a lot.
Lieutenant Gray. Oh, yes, Marty. What? Uh-huh. Yeah. But you say the sergeant's okay now, huh? Good, good. Oh, it won't be long now. No, we've got Nevans within a 5-block area. We'll get him. What's that? Oh, sure, I took your suggestion. Oh, it ought to be coming in any minute. Right. Well, say, where are you going now? Okay. Yeah, I'll meet you there. Right, Marty.
Mrs. Talbot. Mrs. Talbot.
She sent the guard away, Marty. By the time I found out, it was too late.
No one could stop this, Lieutenant.
No, why not?
Because no one could believe it would happen.
Hey, what about her husband?
He's scheduled to die, too. Maybe no one can stop that, either.
It seems only natural to us that Encore cigarettes are more and more the choice of those who seek out the very best in modern living. For instance, Mrs. Winslow Peckham, distinguished New York socialite, tried several filter cigarettes. But when she came to Encore, she discovered this significant difference. Encore is the one filter cigarette that filters the smoke, but not the taste. This all-important Encore advantage is due to Encore's improved filter mouthpiece. It's ingeniously designed to block out irritating tars and nicotine without diminishing the rich flavor of Encore's superb tobaccos. Yes, Encore is the one filter cigarette you can really taste. So for complete taste satisfaction, as well as full filter protection, buy a pack or two of Encore tomorrow. The more you prefer filter cigarettes to ordinary smoking, the more you'll prefer Encore to any other brand. For Encore is truly the one filter cigarette that filters the smoke, but not the taste.
Well, darling. Did you do it? What's the matter, darling?
She's dead. I killed her.
You're not feeling remorse, are you, darling?
Maybe a little bit.
All right, if you must. But in a few months when we're married and you collect your insurance, how sorry will you be then?
That was quite a plan of yours, wasn't it, Clara?
Foolproof, Arthur, darling. No more impossible dreams. No more secret meetings between us. When you saw Harry Nevans commit that murder, it made a whole new world for us.
It's all so perfect. Everything worked just like a machine. Those phone calls you made, saying that you were going to get revenge from Mr. Nevans, and then when he escaped from prison, all so much to the good, they blamed him for Allison's murder.
They did. No one could ever say that you, no one could ever even guess that it was you who killed him, darling.
All of it. Leading up to the final masterpiece, huh, Clara? The murder of my wife. With Nevins again taking the blame.
Arthur, what's the matter with you?
You forget one thing, Clara. A slight change in plans. Now I'm going to kill you.
Oh!
Lovely shooting, Lieutenant.
How did you get here?
You started phoning Talbot's house. We got a court order for a wiretap. Finally traced the call. Too late to save Allison and your wife, but not too late to get you.
Well, you don't understand.
Nice little gimmick that the two of you had cooked up. We heard everything you said outside. Thanks very much for saving me a long explanation to the lieutenant. There's one other point.
Oh, no, you must listen to
Two
me.
things broke this case. First, Clara, you're shooting the sergeant, thinking he was Martin Kane. Harry Nevans' girlfriend would have been in the courtroom. She'd know exactly what I looked like. I knew then that you were a phony.
Then we finally picked up Nevans, and he confirmed Mr. Kane's suspicions. The rest of it unraveled like someone had pulled a loose cord. Come on, let's go, both of you. Come on.
Wait, Mr. Kane.
Yes, Mr. Talbot.
You understand, don't you? You know why all this happened. All my life, I was just nothing. Living out my days, just ordinary little man.
Until you saw a chance to change all that. All that money you were going to get, all those wonderful things you'd be able to do with it. You'd be a big man at last.
Wonderful things. Only it's now I find out Millie and me always had them. I ended it all. For Millie and for myself.
Crazy little guy.
Speaking and reminding you to tune in Martin Kane, Private Eye, starring Lee Tracy at the same time next week. Presented by the makers of Encore cigarettes and Sano cigarettes. Martin Kane, Private Eye, has been selected to be shown to our armed forces overseas.